6 Indigenous people have been killed across Canada in police-involved incidents since August 29th. That was the day 31-year-old Jack Charles Peace from Clearwater Dene Nation in Saskatchewan was hit by an RCMP vehicle while walking on the 909 Grid Road off Highway 155 near Buffalo Narrows. Just one day later, 15-year-old Haas Lightning from Samson Cree Nation in Alberta was shot by RCMP during a confrontation after police confiscated several weapons from the teen. September 3rd in Winnipeg, 39-year-old Tammy Bateman was hit by a police cruiser driving through an encampment at Fort Rouge Park. Incidents have extended beyond the prairies. On September 6th, Jason West, a 57-year-old Indigenous man, was shot during a confrontation with Windsor police in Ontario. September 8th, 31-year-old Danny Knife from Atakakoop Cree Nation in Saskatchewan was shot by Shellbrook RCMP during the response to an assault at the Cree Nation, which also resulted in non-life-threatening injuries to an officer. The same day, Stephen Iggy Didam from Elsipogtog First Nation in New Brunswick was shot by RCMP. Officers say Didam was in mental distress, had a weapon, and would not cooperate with police. Dominic Didam, Stephen Didam's uncle, is saying his death and many others in the community did not need to happen.
He was a kind person, generous. He was fun. He was funny. He was kind. He took care of a lot of people. He would do without as long as his son, his girlfriend, or other people were happy.
This is how Dominique says he left Stephen the night he was killed. Dominique says within 20 minutes, 2 officers were at their door after Stephen's girlfriend called 911 saying he was going to hurt himself.
The 2 that were there that originally there didn't do anything to try to help him. The only thing they did is they handcuffed him. A level-headed officer, RCMP officer, came in. You know, there's some good officer came in and at least put dressing on him and called the ambulance right away.
Dominique believes police officers did not need to use lethal force, saying his nephew could have been talked down with IndigiWatch, a group meant to work with police to de-escalate situations. Dominique confirms they were not on the scene. So with 6 separate incidents across the country, people are asking if these are truly one-off situations or if there is a larger issue with officers' response and behavior in instances where Indigenous people are present.
It's hard for us as First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people in this country to answer the question, who do we call when we need help? Because we certainly can't call police or RCMP.
Community leader in Winnipeg, Michael Redhead Champagne, says deaths of people like Peace, Lightning, Bateman, West, Knife, and Didam are examples of the broken kinship between Indigenous communities and law enforcement.
What we do see is when Indigenous-led and de-escalation-led safety practices are applied in situations where folks are heated or escalated. At least in the projects that I'm connected to, sometimes in 80 to 90% of those cases, those escalated individuals end up calming down. Why? Because they're humanized, they're respected, they're referred to an appropriate resource, and, oh yeah, they're not shot and killed when they're asking for support.
In all of the cases, independent watchdogs like the Serious Incident Response Team are investigating all the deaths. In Winnipeg, Joanne Roberts, City News.